Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Claudia and this is the return journey vlog. I'm showing you how the cats are doing because that's more interesting than looking at my face. In the back we have Beetle looking out the window, and on the floor we have a Minerva looking nowhere because she's sad that she is in a campervan. So this is part 2 of a big campervan adventure. If you're not aware, my husband Bill and I drove from North Wales to South Germany in a 1999 VW campervan, and now we are driving back. So again, I'm taking you along on this journey, and hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more vlogging than I did last time. Right now we are filling up the van at a petrol station. We are still in the Black Forest of Germany. We have a really long drive ahead of us today because we are only stopping in Belgium. We have finally arrived at our campsite in Belgium. It is 8 o'clock in the evening. This was the longest leg of the journey. We left my parents' house at 12 and it was only supposed to take 4 or 5 hours, but you know what it's like if you're in a slow camper van. And also there was a lot of traffic this time. On the way to Germany we barely had any issues with traffic. There was just one little moment, but we were slowing down. But on the way back now, on the way to Belgium, we were stuck in queues for quite a lot of the time. So I have just gotten the kettle out of the cupboard. There it is. Looks about as old as the van itself. And I'm just about to put it on, make myself and Bill a nice hot drink, and then some food. By the way, I didn't really talk about food in the vlog. That was, well, the first campervan vlog. So let me show you what we've got to eat. We have bread rolls and various toppings, but we also have a lot, and I mean a lot, of pot noodles, which are for Bill, and other ready soups, which are for me. Basically, we didn't bring any cooking equipment other than the kettle, a chopping board and a knife. So we can only eat what we can make with those few things. But that's fine. This is only a 4-day journey. This isn't a, you know, proper camping holiday. There just isn't enough space in this van to put even a single saucepan and all the stuff that you need to cook proper meals. So we'll be living on student food for the next few days until we can get a nice proper meal in when we reach Wales. Good morning. It is the second day of our journey and we're just having a relaxed but slightly chilly morning at our Belgian campsite because just a few minutes ago we ran out of gas, and that means that the van is now slowly but surely going to cool down. It's freezing and wet outside, so that means that before we can settle down for the night again tonight, we have to find some gas so we can heat this vehicle. In a tunnel. What do you think of that beetle?
It's confused because it wobbles.
I'm confused as well. There's Bill.
Fine. Minerva's sort of asleep.
Minerva's in the seat.
I say this is my favourite train I've ever been on.
Why is this your favourite train?
It's my favourite train I've ever been on because we've had a picnic. Because we made sandwiches and we've got chocolate and the cats are with us.
Yeah, so
it's nice.
We've just had a little meal. We just had sandwiches made from ingredients we bought at an overpriced Belgian petrol station. The cats have had some food.
Private carriage.
Private carriage. Beetle's still trying to understand what's going on. It is weird because it's very wobbly, but obviously we are not moving in the van.
Private-ish.
So,
I mean, the people behind us can see us, right?
Yeah, Beetle's already had some looks.
Some people walk past and they were very pleased by seeing me, as you would be.
This is so cute. This is so cute. Beetle, Beetle, why are you so adorable? Anyway.
He enjoyed looking out the train window as well while there was something to see other than tunnel.
Anyway, we'll be in the UK in about half an hour. Good morning. We're at a campsite near Ashford in Kent, and it is the third day of our travels, and everything's fine except now this morning I somehow managed to drop my phone down the side of the back seat, which obviously was then the bed. Bill and Minerva are trying to get that out at the moment. Worst case is that my phone stays there and then, as Bill said earlier, becomes part of the camper van, because it's not certain at all that we'll be able to get that out. Update, Bill is trying to fish the phone out with the handle of a cat toy. I don't want to get a new phone. I'd rather get my old phone back, but yeah, it's not possible, is it?
New phones are better.
That's not helpful. It's bright. So we have just left Beaconsfield service station. Very nice service station, by the way. Lots of food option, clean toilets. Can recommend. Except just before we were leaving the car park, we were just sat there, parked up, having a coffee. Some guy in a gigantic motorhome drove into the side of our little camper van. Left a bit of a dent. No big deal, we got his details, he was very helpful and apologetic, but camper van's now slightly knocked. Do you have anything else to add to that story?
He's a nice bloke, his name's Colin.
Nice bloke named Colin.
Got 2 dogs.
2 dogs in a motorhome that's clearly slightly too big for him to handle.
They look like good dogs.
I'm sure they're very good dogs.
No, what's weird is like he had no idea how he did it, and he's got like a reversing camera and everything. He was just really shocked that he'd done it, and very apologetic. Really nice guy.
It happens. It's fine. Yeah. We're due to arrive at Bill's parents' house in about
2 hours.
2 hours. We've almost done this. We've almost done this. What a day. It is the end of day 3, and as you can see, it's just me in the camper van, because as well as losing my phone, I've also lost Bill. We are now parked outside of Bill's parents' house. We were in there, had a nice dinner, And then Bill and I had the idea that it might be a good idea for one of us to sleep in the house tonight and one of us to sleep in the van, obviously to keep the cats company and make sure it's nice and warm here and everything. And I suggested that it's probably a good idea if Bill sleeps in the house, because if anyone deserves a good night's sleep, it's him. He's been driving us this entire time, and we don't sleep that well in the van. And the reason why we don't sleep that well in the van, other than it's kind of slightly chilly and a bit small, is that the cats are very active during the night, and they're not like this at home. But obviously on this journey, they are tethered to the back of the van for the majority of the day. So what they do is they just roll up and go to sleep while we're driving. But that means that during the night, when they have a bit more space, they go active and they jump around and they play. And I don't blame them for that, but it does mean that we don't get a whole lot of sleep in here. So tonight, Bill is sleeping in the house and I'm sleeping in the van with the cats. Now, for the phone situation, the phone is lost to the camper van. Clearly, it's not the only thing that has fallen through that hole, because there's some other crap in there that clearly people have lost over the past 2 decades. So, while we were taking a break, I said to Bill, this is my phone budget. If I have to buy a new phone, can you just please research it for me? Because I'm not that interested in mobile phones. I was kind of annoyed that the phone I had, the one that's now lost to the camper van forever, that was starting to go, because it only had it 4 years and it was second-hand. Bill tells me that 4 years and second-hand is a long time for a phone. I disagree. I'm sure phones used to last a lot longer. Anyway, long story short, I now have a new phone. I don't know why I'm showing it to you. It looks like a phone. I can't even remember what it's called anymore. Anyway, I am rambling because I am incredibly tired. It is late. I just wanted to update you on what's been happening. Tomorrow is the last leg of our journey, the last trip from the West Midlands to North Wales. It's usually quite a short drive. It's about 3 hours. But first of all, this van is slow. And second, there has been a lot of rainfall and there has been some sort of localized flooding. On the way here from Kent, we had to turn around on occasion because the road was so puddled up that it was kind of too risky to drive through it. So let's hope that doesn't happen again tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna spend the night in the van now with some hyperactive cats, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Perfect timing, Minerva. It's 2 days later and we are back home. We've been back home for 2 days. You enjoyed those 2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, apart from the bit where you're bleeding out of your head.
That's fine. That's normal. Heads bleed a lot.
Do you want to tell what happened?
That happened. We were... I was putting stuff back in the van. Hit my head on it.
Yeah.
It's good that happened after coming back, though.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm glad that didn't happen in Luxembourg.
Yeah.
So, we had a nice little trip to the hospital yesterday, but Bill's fine again.
Yeah, they've glued me back together.
They've glued him back together. The cats are fine. They immediately got back into their routine here at home. They instantly knew where they were, and I think they're quite happy to be back. And I am glad that I'm sleeping in a bed again.
Yep. Yep, that is nice. And yeah, we're all fine. Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed this little vlog of our journey from South Germany to North Wales. And I'm sure this has already been long enough. Do you have anything else to add before I say goodbye?
No. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for watching.
On the journey.
Bye.